Hello and welcome to the first round of the F1A Main League Championship here in Bahrain, where we're in the desert for the first round of the season. The first pole position in the season goes to F15 Active for McLaren, followed by Ahmed in the Honda. Backed up by Jester F1 in the second of the McLarens in the second row, with reigning champion Dizzo starting from fourth for Renault. Fifth place to teammate Borgie41, starting from sixth with his Vuk in the Honda. From seventh, the Pistol for Scuderia Toro Rosso. In eighth place, Dikian for Toyota. Ninth place for Andrew F1 on debut for Super Aguri. In 10th place, Schmeevel McNeeble for Red Bull, rounding out the top 10. 11th, Forza Saab, just missing out on Q2 here today. 12th place, Christopher Russell for Red Bull. 13th to Vietnam for BMW Sauber. 14th, OTT South for Toyota. 15th, Prado 23 for Ferrari. Behind his teammate Dan Mann in 16th in the second of the Ferraris. 17th to Rustico for BMW Sauber. And running out our grid today, Loza for Midland. We're just about to get underway here with the formation lap. That's our Polster F15 Active leading the cars away. Run down to the first corner here on the formation lap. Well, it's been a long break in the season, and this is the first race, of course, of season 8 of the championship. Everybody looking forward to see who can take the fight to Dizzo this year. Dominated last season's championship. It'll be interesting to see who can take the fight to him now. F15 Active getting off to the perfect start by securing pole position here. And they filter down to the turn 4 and begin their run towards the end of the first sector. Cars working their way through the field. 18 starters here. It's a good starting field for round 1 of the championship. We do hope that it maintains these type of numbers for the remainder of the season. Just rounding the final corner now, heading down to take their starting positions. All the cars coming through, weaving drastically left and right to warm the tyres, or on the brakes, or on the throttle, trying to get the car up to temperature into its optimum zone for when the cars hit the brakes for turn 1. They don't want to be sliding off and into each other and ending their races and starting their seasons in the worst possible way. The back of the cars just taking their positions now. We are ready for a start here in Bahrain. As soon as these the last of the stragglers get themselves into position, we'll be ready for the start of the Grand Prix. And we are go! F15 Active in a pile of smoke. And we begin to run down to turn 1. Dizzo's made a cracker of a start. He's up side by side with our leader, but it's Borgie41 down the inside, and he has taken the lead of this Grand Prix, and we're on board with Jester F1 here. Oh, and there's contact with teammate, and he's forced his way up into third position there. And who's this? This is McNeeble, and he spins it. It's a big spin, and the field having to cycle their way through now, and he's going to have to slot himself back into traffic here. This is Vietnam, and he's just avoiding that incident there. Oh, having to run wide through one of the styrofoam signs on a run down to the hairpin. Hectic first lap here. This is Ahmed down the inside of F15 Active. He spins it all on his own there. He spins it around, and that will drop him down to the back of the field. This is Dikian having to take evasive action, and that's Andrew F1 there in the Super Aguri spinning off in sympathy. This is Dan Mann. Dan Mann spins. Well, he's looked like he struggled with that car. Losing position now, dropping back through the field. The leaders now completing lap 1 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's Borgie41 leading from teammate Dizzo, Jester F1 in third, with F15 Active in fourth. It's all Renault and McLaren at the moment. And that is Dikian down there in fifth, followed by the Red Bull. Cycle their way through turn 1. Oh, it's 4 wide in the turn 1 here. F15 Active. Long sweeping left-hander, right-hander. Sitting behind his teammate in the dirty air. Oh, he's just caught the bump there. Oh, he's on the curb. He spins it around. F15 Active, the pole sitter, who dropped back to fourth at the start, has now spun it around, and that will drop him way down the field. On board here with the Super Aguri. Oh, and that's a hit. That is a hit from Ahmed, and that is big damage for Forza Saab. And oh, dearie me, he's got suspension damage or a puncture. F15 Active up the inside of his Vuk. Big dive into the first corner. Can he make it stick? Vuk fighting back in the Honda on the outside. Terrific racing from these two. Turn 2 now. And F15 active. Looks like he's got that position now and a run up to turn 4. Spook. Oh, dives back up the inside here. Very, very good move there from Spook. He forces F15 active wide. On board here now with Brado. Oh, he's missed his braking zone. And that is the back of OTT South. And we've watched it again from on board with South. In slow motion here, you can just clearly see Brado has missed his braking zone. Slammed into the back of the Toyota. And that spins him around, it will be the cost of position. Here we are with OTT South. Run down to turn 1, just an instant before Brado. He misses his braking zone. Oh! And he's clipped the back of Viet Now there. That looked brutal. Viet Now struggling with that car. And oh, he's off the road there. Yes, that's got to be suspension issues for Viet Now. And he's off. And I think that will be it for his Grand Prix. As we see Forza Saab here struggling with his Super Aguri after that contact before with Ahmed. He's been through the pits, but looks like his car is not interested in maintaining a straight line. Oh, he spins it around under brakes. That was dangerous. A lot of cars around. He could have easily got involved in a big accident there. But it looks like he's heading for retirement. The back of that Super Aguri struggling far too much to maintain. Oh, and he spins it again. Oh, that is a big spin. High speed. And surely that car's heading for retirement. Race leader Borgie41 here, rushing through the second sector, and he's locked a brake there and he spins it around. That is race leader Borgie41 sacrificing the lead to Dizzo. We're right on board here with Jester F1. Borgie41 has just dropped it there and sacrificed the lead to Dizzo. Jester F1 is through. As we're right on board now at OTT South. A run down to the hairpin here. He's behind Rustico. Oh, and well, that was pretty self-explanatory. He's just outbroke himself there. We watch on board now from Rustico's car into the hairpin. And that was a do-or-die move from OTT South, and he didn't do it. So he took the other option. Pit stops here. One and only stop of the day for race leader Dizzo. The reigning champion is in the pits. The question is, can he come out in front of Jester F1, who pitted a lap earlier? Dizzo, he's off the blocks. Refueling. He's away now. You see Jester F1 just coming down through the final section of the track now. So we watch Dizzo come out in front of, I think that's D. Kean down there in the Toyota, and behind Rustico. Exits the pit as Jester F1 passing the start-finish line now, and Dizzo has maintained position and maintained the lead of this Grand Prix. And, well, that's got to be nearly a done and dusted thing now. He's actually increased the gap over Jester F1, whom we're riding on board with now. Red Bull here. I believe this to be Christopher Rasa. Just scything his way through, having a decent race today. And just finishing off the second sector on a run down. Oh, and he spins it around there. Puff of smoke from the back of that Red Bull. That looked like a very odd incident. Continues his run down now to the final corner. Oh, and a trail of smoke. That has got to be an engine failure for that Red Bull. Tragic here for Christopher Rasa. And through the final corner, it's a forlorn hope because the V8 in the back of that Red Bull has given up the ghost in a pale trail of blue smoke. And that's his day's done and dusted. OTT South here. Through turn 4. Oh, he spins it around. That is a very odd play. Oh, and almost collects the barrier when he's trying to correct himself. Saw him have that spin earlier in the lap here. Through the left hand up. He's gone straight on. That's going to be contact. He doesn't get away with that one. And he's trying to get himself back on track here, filtering amongst the traffic, but his car does not look to be doing the job, and he spun it straight off the road. This is Ahmed and Borgie, 40 over 4th and 5th. Ahmed fighting back after that spin on the first lap. Goes around the outside of Borgie here. Good racing at the hairpin. These two fighting hard for 4th place. Borgie, of course, led this race earlier. Ahmed falling back. Ahmed's made position there, but Borgie dives back up the inside. There's contact! And Borgie41 has spun around. Ahmed has continued on, but Borgie41 on board with him now. We see he moves up the inside, not really an overtaking opportunity. Contact has spun that Renault around, and he will be livid in 5th place. But this is Dizzo leading through the last section of corners on the last lap of this Grand Prix. A faultless drive today from the reigning champion, slotted in behind his teammate for a significant amount of the race, kept his cool, and he took the opportunity when his teammate spun out through the final corner now. The gap has closed to Jester F1 and F15 Active there in second and third, but that's really just Dizzo backing off. But it's a dominant victory here today for the Renault driver. He wins ahead of Jester F1 and F15 Active. Renault ahead of the two McLarens. And your podium there of Dizzo, Jester F1, F15 Active. Championship standings, Dizzo off to a terrific start in the championship. Join us again in Malaysia.